What's going on, Paisanos? V here. Come at you guys, well, with another market watch today. You know, the market has a lot of crazy things happening into it. I mean, you gotta realize, a lot of people don't yet, the ban list is right around the corner. Like, and then we have a ban list. And it could come anytime now. Remember, the effective date in the ban list could be January 1st. Hey, we got the bans near the end of January. But in order to get prepared for it, you have to realize that some of the cards you're going for right now might not hold their value in a split second. Then again, some cards might spike in a split second. It's how fast the ban list goes. And I think a lot of you players realize that as time goes on, and as we get closer and closer and closer every single day. Some of you might be doing holiday shopping. Some of you might be getting for the next YCS Pasadena or remote duel event. Who knows? But the ban list is still coming. It's inevitable. And with that, the market will change. Looking at you here with just a gold, by the way. This card reprinted at about Brothers of Legends. I mean, tanked in value. Going back into it, I had a pre-sale price of roughly around $60. The price now of this video is roughly around $16, $17 with shipping for EVO or just gold. And you might say, well, V, I could just go ahead and get a hero card, right? Yeah, you could build a hero deck, but prices shift. And it's really weird because normally with meta decks, prices don't shift. Cards just tank and that's the end of it. But with cards like heroes, well, heroes are done differently. Deck cores are differently altogether, and heroes are no different because they're the biggest fan base for deck cores. They're really crazy. All right, Elemental Hero, a liquid soldier, which should be dirt cheap. I mean, you go back over here, and you can see at one point this card was way less than what it is today. In fact, we're back over here. You can see it over here, but this card right now has a price point roughly around $71. For Elemental Hero Liquid Soldier. In fact, this card coming out of Legendary Duels Magical Hero wasn't even one of the most expensive cards out of the set. Well, Mythical Souls actually took that nomenclature. But with Mythical Souls being reprinted, Elemental Hero Liquid Soldier is now more expensive. Hey, if you want to play Shark or the Water deck, whatever you want to call it, Byung-Tanafo Princess is the card you're going to need. This card only came out of Primal Origins, only as a rare, and the price of this card is roughly around $14 to $15. Now, I don't know if I'm going to be able to spend that kind of money for this card, what with the bounce around the circle. And once again, that's the thing a lot of people have to understand. Bounce is right around the corner, and yet people are dropping $15, $14 for Banlist Princess. Is it really worth it? I don't think so. If you're looking to go ahead and grab a deck core right now, I mean, there's a lot of deck cores that I think will survive the ban list. And I think we can all confidently say they will. Flunderies. This deck core, first of all, is dirt cheap. Flunderies and Empen is one of the main cards you need. And it costs around $10. They don't need as a 3 of. It's searchable. It's really relatively easy to get. In fact, as you can see down here, a bunch of the Flunderies cards are super inexpensive. I mean, they're not a lot of money for all these Flundery cards. You can pretty much get the deck core. The only money card you might have to pick up would more than likely be Rise of the Mega Monarch. Now, this card's roughly around $50. You probably need 1, maybe 2, ideally 1. I have to get 2 of a card like this, but you probably just need 1 of this card. And this card right now for the original print at Ados Alliance, which spiked in value, you get an unlimited copy for roughly around $50. If you want a first edition version, you'll pay about $5 extra. It's running you roughly around $55 for a Rise of the Mega Monarch. Now, of course, one of the cards to stop those kind of bird decks, and a lot of decks in the meta, and people are starting to main it, is Drone Lockbird. Ultimate Drone Lockbird coming out of OTS Tournament Pack 8 is roughly around a cool $185 a copy. You're going to want to get 3. Then again, of course, if you don't want to spend that kind of money, you can get any other version, like Drone Lockbird Common out of the Structure deck Order of the Spellcasters. This common version is roughly around $20. But why would you buy Common Drone Lockbird when you can spend $5 more and get an ultra rare version of it at a Legend Collection Kaiba? Really depends on how you want to go in and grab this card, but obviously the ultra rare might go a little higher. Now here's the question: will Drone Lockbird be playable post ban list? Yes, absolutely. I don't think there's a ban list in which this card becomes unplayable. Drone Lockbird's a really phenomenal card, and just like we talked about before, Flunderies is definitely a really good deck core. So there's a good chance we're gonna see Drone Lockbird in the future if Flunderies survives the ban list, which I definitely think it will. This deck currently is 1.5 and definitely has a chance to go to tier 1. Before I begin, I just want to say, if you're new to the channel, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe button, comment down below. I forgot to mention that. Subscribe to the channel. I do market watches all the time. When it's warmer out, I hop in this beautiful motorcycle, we ride around, we just talk about Yu-Gi-Oh! And see the beautiful sights, and who knows, maybe I'll start traveling around to Yu-Gi-Oh! Events and record that as well. Of course, riding a motorcycle, this thing is fun to ride, and it's exciting. So if you want to see more of that content, hit the subscribe button, don't be scared. Also, I stream on Twitch, twitch.tv/YGO_Paisano. Links in the description down below. By hitting that, you can go ahead and join me as we journey on to Yu-Gi-Oh! Decks. I'm playing just about every deck in the game, and a meta version of it. So, whatever deck it is, we're going to win with it. Just which version? Listen, why you believe the Plunder Patrol helm and Plunder Patrols in general definitely are not going to be touched by the ban list. I mean, it'd be crazy if Konami hit Plunder Patrols. And every player would ask the question, why Plunder Patrols? And more than likely people would buy it because why? Why is this hit? I don't know, but I don't want to get caught off guard. Plunder Patrol came out in initial assault, yet untouched by the ban list. Someone one of my videos actually commented down below. They were like, V, Plunder Patrols were reprinted. What? No, they wasn't. Whitebeard and the majority of Plunder Patrol cards have not been reprinted. These cards are dirt cheap right now, and it's a great cheap deck card nobody's really looking at right now. As we know, with every Megatins, there are cards that aren't printed in those that spike substantially high in value. It's not like one Megatin or two Megatins. Every Megatins. Every single one. And some of our players like our Plunder Patrols not being hit by the Megatins as far as reprinted and go, I'll get it later. Later may not come, and the prices of water, well, Plunder Patrols in general, might go really high in value. So I've been talking about Despias for a while. Obviously, with the Despias short shot coming out, or whatever you want to call it, they're going to be pretty good. In fact, if you look at the OCG, every variation of Despias is used. Despias Cyber Dragons, Despias Shadows, pure Despias, because why not? Despias do what Despias do, especially in a meta in which Max C is at 3. Now, I'm not going to say Max C is 3 coming off the ban list, because we already know it's coming off the ban list. Like, don't be ridiculous. Maxie's definitely coming off the ban list. But with that said, if Maxie was to come off the ban list, Despias play around Maxie. They play on your opponent's turn. Like, that's the thing about decks. And Flannery's has the same kind of mechanic in which it has its own turn, and then it plays on your opponent's turn. And if you drop Maxie against a Despia deck, okay, or brand it, whatever you want to call it, cool. It's just going to play on your turn as well. So I do think that cards like Alibar obviously is a 3 of must-have for that stuff. Now, can we be getting it and it not be good? Maybe. I doubt that, though. Looking at Alibar in general, you can see over here, there's 2 for sale at 59 bucks. After that, the card's price point hits near 63. Once that's done, we're talking $74 to $75 a copy of Alibar the Adjustable Despias. Now, obviously, you might say, well, V, it's hype. It's going to go down in value. Hopefully, for your sake. I went ahead and got this a long time ago. Then again, I like ritual stuff. I mean, I like fusion stuff. I like anything that's, like, relatively usable with Shadows. So I went ahead and grabbed all the Despia cards. And you can do whatever you want to do with that information. But hopefully, Alibar's reprinted for a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh! Players out there. If not, $75 might be a price that you wish you'd gotten in this card in. Because it could go higher in the future. Lightning Storm is seeing play almost in every deck at this point. I think we can all agree that Lightning Storm slowly got more and more play as time went on. Now, you could go and use other cards. Sure you can. Absolutely. But Lightning Storm is a phenomenal card. A card of which can choose to destroy back row or face attack monsters is a big deal in this game. And we're seeing a lot of going second decks. Main Lightning Storm at 3. We're also seeing a lot of plays just Side Lightning Storm at 3. It's getting crazy out there. And it's up to you which one you want. You got the Ultra Rare, King's Court, Secret Rare, Collector's Rare, Starlight Rare. All I'm going to say is, if you buy anything beyond the Ultra Rare, because Ultra Rare is 54 bucks. It's not a bad buy, to be honest with you. But if you're looking for Secret Rare, if you're looking for CR, why not Starlight Rare? I mean, Lightning Storm Starlight Rare right now is $280. That's not a lot of money when you realize the fact that Secret Rare is $100. The difference between the Secret Rare and the Light and Starlight Rare is, Starlight Rare is going to hold more value. Secret Rare is more than likely will go down as more reprints come on. Alright. Drytron is dead, is what everyone's saying. I mean, everyone's saying Drytron's not around. It's dead, it's useless, it's not good. Can I counter that and say they're very much alive, and a lot of players don't respect Drytrons? And if you don't respect decks, you lose to them? Because that's what happens. Like, Drytrons is good. Drytron right now is roughly around $10, and that's pretty one of the money cards you need. You're gonna need 2 Moonbed Fafnius. They're $10. The rest of the core is dirt cheap. Meaning on Drytron, you only need 1 of them at $4. The Drytron core, by the way, the higher rarities like Zeta, Delta, which got a super rare reprint in OTS Tournament Pack 16, they're dirt cheap right now. The only card that's valuable in Drytrons is Divine of the Herald, and that's only because it's a tech choice option for the branded stuff. That's the only reason this card holds any kind of season value. Looking over here, though, it's still going down in the market, even though it has future potential in that deck core. Looking at the price of this card, you're going to see over here, it's roughly around $44 for a Definer of the Herald. Now, this is a 3-of, no doubt about it. And this is probably one of the reasons why we don't see that many Drytron players. Because who's going to drop 120, plus whatever else it costs, plus the other amenities of the deck, including Forbidden Droplet, for Drytrons? Well, probably not everybody. And nobody was looking at this and going, yep, I'm going to do this as I'm putting that money towards Sword Souls or any of the bird variants running around. But I'll tell you right now, Drytrons is not dead. They're really good, and they catch every player in the game looking. You don't have to look any further than the YCS in Europe that they had, in which multiple Drytron decks topped. Once again, multiple Drytron decks topped over Sword Soul, over Tri-Brigade, over Birds, and they topped over those decks. Like, it gets to the point, it gets to the situation at this point where we got to go, okay, Drytrons are good. The only question is, what are they doing? It's a good question. Well, unlike Sword Souls, Birds, and Flunneries, which has like a more of a linear kind of playstyle, Drytron builds are done differently. Every build of Drytron is done differently. And you can go over into YCS in Europe and see the fact that every build at top was a completely different build with a completely different mentality. It's a hard deck to play, is what I'm trying to say. And not skillful, but hard, if that makes any sense. Now, the reason why I'm saying that is because people are sleeping on Drytrons and people are losing to Drytrons. I'm not saying you need to go ahead and side 3 of those anti-Drytron cards. I'm not saying that. All I'm saying is if you go to a competitive Yu-Gi-Oh event, this is one of the decks you need to look out for. And if you're looking for to play a deck that's going to catch people off guard, this is a deck you need to look out for. Because players are losing this deck because they're not preparing for this deck. Not at all. And they become the buy against Drytrons. Fortune Lady Every, you know what? Waifu taxes are just evolving. Yu-Gi-Oh players are sick and tired of strikers. They're sick and tired of Dragon Maids because they probably owned them already. And they're like, must eat more waifus. Konami, feed me waifus. And Konami's like, we're working on it. And they're like, all right. And they're going to get cards like Fortune Lady Every. This card used to be worth like $6. And even that was a ripoff. Fortune Lady Every, you can see a crazy price chart. Is roughly around $11 for this card. Does it see play? No, never, not at all. But it's $11. In fact, Traptrick Sarah was always money. It's probably around $20. Well, waifu players got hungry, and she looks like a thirst trap. Once again, this is creepy as hell. I don't really like waifus in this game. Don't understand why certain players have certain waifus. And comment down below, what's your Yu-Gi-Oh waifu? I'll tell you right now, mine's. My Yu-Gi-Oh waifu, hold on a second. We're going to pause this entire video for the Paisano's waifu, okay? Is Cosmo Queen. Easily. No doubt in my mind. Let's get the McDonald's promo version. That's the best version. Boom. Ballin'. That's my waifu. Is it worth $2, you say? Oh, $2 if you're an idiot. No, it's worth a ton of money. And you know what? It's undervalued. Which she's worth? $21? That's $980 cheaper than what it's gonna be at, because this card is amazing. I always think of the Cosmo deck, like the Cosmo deck cores, like with a K, and I always think of her part of that storyline. It makes no sense, but I actually think it does. Anyway, that's my waifu. I thirst over her. Looking back at Traptrick Sarah, obviously it went up in value. The price point is roughly around $25. Is it worth it? Let me know in the comments down below. Listen, Destiny of Celestial was roughly around $1.50. Rip off by any standard. Looking at Destiny of Celestial right now, coming out of Destiny Social, the secret rare, because everyone's rocking ultra rares. Work harder, kids. This card price point right now is roughly around $35. Do you have a Celestial? No? Do you want to buy an ultra rare? Okay, that's fine. Your max rarity deck with your broke ass ultra rare. To those who own max rarity, obviously if you want to own whatever, you're good to go. But as long as max rarity deck and they have an ultra rare Celestial, for shame, get it together. Come on, wake up. Get a $35 Celestial. It's not that big of a deal if the whole deck's max rarity. All right. Looking at Bold Savage Dragon, this card being roughly around $27 to $28 is no shocking to myself and many others. Yes, this card doesn't see much play. If you're a rogue player, it sees a ton of play. As time goes on, this card obviously is probably one of the best level 8 synchros in the game. The reason it's not used in Sword Souls is because they don't really have that many links, so it's not really useful. But for a lot of other decks that's not named Sword Souls that does go into a lot of synchros, this card's almost a must-have. And this is why every player kind of kept theirs. And any available to market is kind of dried up, and this is why the price point is so inflated. Then again, Konami doesn't reprint Bold Savage Dragon, so that's another reason why the price point is really high in value. And then we have OTS Tournament Pack 16, specifically Forbidden Droplet. I mean, yes, it looks like it's worth a lot of money because it is. You see his big smiley face, and it's doing the same thing just like Infinite Permanents did, and it's still doing, by the way, as a Nibiru Ultimate Rare when it came out of its OTS pack. The price point went up, swelled up, and you can see it over here, the price point is roughly around $300. It's still a lot, but it's calming down. And it's, once again, this is 16, so let's go to Infinite Permanents. I think it shows a better chart like that. So let's go to Infinite Permanents. It's doing it more. You see it's starting to go down as well. This costs $250. It's going down. The secret with Imperm though is it will go back up. This will 1000% go back up in value. Forbidden Droplet obviously had a point where it did go down to 200, and now it's also going back up in value. And this is what these OTS cards kind of do. You want to see exactly how the history of that works. You just go look at Nibiru. And I don't know why it does this. It's just how it works in the market. It's weird. You'll see him in Nibiru in a second. Let's see if it shows the slant. And there, as you see right there, its slant went down to $140 at one point, and now Ultimate Rare Nibirus are roughly around $175, $190 after that sold. So it's doing that weird kind of smiley face slant. All these Ultimate Rares that are meta consistent like Nibiru and Perm and Droplet are all doing that. So don't be shocked when you see that. It's just kind of how the market works on these ultis. Just know that Imperm is also trying to do it, and this might be the price point to get Imperm. It might hit $200, but it's more likely it will be going back up in value as it recently came out in OTS Tournament Pack 17. Paisanos, I really appreciate you guys watching my videos. Thank you so much for all the comments. I read every single comment every single day. So comment down below. See you over at Twitch. I'll be streaming today. So go ahead and check me out there. It'd be awesome. I'll probably stream roughly around 7-ish. 8-ish, 9-ish, 10-ish, I don't know. I'm looking to stream today, though. I can't wait to get back to a streaming schedule, and I really would like it if you hit the subscribe button, comment down below, hit the like button, follow me over on Twitch. It's your boy V, and you guys have a great day.